Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today's video is all about 2025 home decor trends and how to thrift them. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's jump right in. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Liz. I share all things affordable home decor, lots of thrifting, intentional living. If that's something you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe before you leave today. I would love to have you join our community here on YouTube. Like I said in the intro, today's video is all things 2025 home trends. And this is coming from someone who is thrifty. I have been researching all of the different trends for the year. I love to take January to really just reset, kind of get re-inspired for the new year in all areas of life, home decor included. I'm gonna be sharing 6 different 2025 home trends and how I think you can save tons of money thrifting them. The first trend that I'm actually really excited for, and it's been something that I've been doing more and more in our home over the past few months, and that is the romantic trend. Feels very soft, appealing to all of your senses. So lots of candles, lots of soft textiles, think of scalloped edges, this soft elegance that is so beautiful. Another thing about this trend that I really do love is it almost encourages us to, that Instagram saying, romanticize your life. It almost encourages us to romanticize our home. How can we create little pockets of moments throughout our home that make us want to enjoy it? So think of cozy little seating area, maybe beside a beautiful lamp that encourages you to sit and enjoy your home, maybe journal or have a conversation, morning coffee. When it comes to thrifting this trend, there are so many different ways that you can do that. Starting with furniture. Like I mentioned, it's a lot about creating these spaces that make you want to romanticize your home. Think about sitting chairs. I recently picked up these chairs off Facebook Marketplace. They were $25 each. Phenomenal. I can wash them. I love the style of them. They're low profile. They just feel very simple yet elegant. They really have helped us create that feeling of just sitting in this living room and having conversations. And although I do think that furniture can be a little bit more tricky to find, if you're consistently going to the thrift store, checking Facebook Marketplace, you can get lucky with some really beautiful pieces. Another way to thrift this trend, thinking of appealing to our senses, is looking for candles, candle holders, vases. I mean, the thrift store is filled with affordable options in those categories, and adding a simple candle to a space can really help just give it that romantic feel. Also adding fresh florals seasonally. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I see a beautiful bouquet of flowers, it instantly makes me feel happy and joyful. So again, going to the thrift store before shopping those big box stores is such a great thing to do. Also, look past what it currently is. If you want to add more texture to your pieces, you can add a little bit of baking soda mixed in with your just plain old dollar store acrylic paint in any color you love, and it will instantly give it some texture. You can add a darker color with a sponge to give it a little bit more of an aged look. I mean, there's so many ideas and options when it comes to thrift flipping your items that you purchase at the thrift store. So again, look past what it is. Another thing that I see a lot in this trend is the soft textiles. So think scalloped edges, really pretty detailing on throw pillows, or lamps are another way of adding that kind of more softer feel to your home, because warm lighting instantly creates a space that makes you not want to leave. It makes you want to cozy up and just enjoy your space. The next trend I want to talk about is patterns. There is patterns everywhere when it comes to 2025, and this is actually a trend that I am going to experiment with in 2025. I want to add some wallpaper to our powder room, also my kids' bathroom. I just want to get wild with pattern, and it's so beautiful because this trend is encouraging us to mix patterns, to really let go of rules and expectations of what style should be, and really just embrace what feels creative and inspiring to us in our homes. And I love that. I recently went to the thrift store just to see what I could find, and I found this beautiful striped pillow cover along with this pattern. And I just put them together to see what it felt like, and it just felt so fun and carefree and really quite lovely. Such a different mix of patterns that I never would have done before. I always did like a pattern with a solid, but this trend is really encouraging us to just be creative, which I love so much. So I am planning on doing lots with this trend. I've already slowly added a couple different things when it comes to patterns. I have a pillow here. I also have this beautiful moody throw blanket that I thrifted recently, which just speaks to this trend. Also kind of piggybacks off of the romantic trend in the sense that it feels very soft. When it comes to thrifting this trend, lots of options in textiles. Like I just mentioned, pillow covers, throw blankets, curtains, rugs. I recently found these 2 rugs. One was priced at $15, one was $25, and I had a 50% off coupon. So that was a good day to go thrifting. But you can get lucky in this department, again, if you are looking and also waiting. Waiting to find the perfect pieces can be really hard, especially this day and age. But if you wait and you consistently look, you will find things that you love. And also that just makes your home feel more curated and less just big box generic. So that is another reason why I love to thrift. And those are just a few ways that you can thrift different patterns in 2025. Another trend for 2025 is one that we've seen for a little while now, and that is gallery walls. And gallery walls are so beautiful, especially done in this kind of eclectic, curated way where you mix and match different frames to create something that really is just so visually appealing. And when it comes to thrifting frames, there are so many different ones at the thrift store. I have actually been collecting a few different frames over the past few months because adding a gallery wall is something that we would like to do in 2025. So here are just a couple. I have a few more that I have thrifted that I would love to show you, just some different options of items that you can find at the thrift store. Also prints. I found this print recently and absolutely love it so much. So when you're thinking of thrifting for a gallery wall, don't just think frames, think prints as well. You can find beautiful vintage ones that are just so unique and again, give you more of that curated feel versus just going to Home Goods or Target and just getting kind of standard ones that they have, which are very beautiful, but taking your time again and really picking those things that speak to you, I think just overall will create a more beautiful gallery wall in your home. So a couple different ideas of thrifting, like I said, frames, and again, thinking past the color, you can add Rub and Buff, which is a great paint option. You can buy on Amazon or Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and you can add a little bit of that to give it more of an aged look. You can paint them if you want more solid colors. You can change the matting inside of them, and then you can print images. So a beautiful site that I love is on Etsy. It's called North Print Shop. I'll put it up here on the screen. They have some really beautiful images that I have purchased in the past and used in different spaces. Also, just plain old Google. Free vintage art. You can find some really, really special pieces that you can then just print on your printer, or I like to print them off at UPS on thicker cardstock paper for just a few cents. I think I paid like under 50 cents each print. And again, get that custom curated look for your gallery wall. The next trend for 2025 kind of piggybacks off of the patterns, and that is bold colors and color drenching. I think of moody spaces when I think of this trend, and this is another one that I am excited to experiment with in 2025. I would love to paint our walls a deeper color, maybe even my fireplace. I'm planning on doing a really nice deep moody entryway and powder room. I mean, so fun. And paint is such an inexpensive way to just have fun and be creative. Let the rules go out the window, which I also want to say, trends are just trends, right? Like you need to love your home and embrace it and enjoy it. And I look at trends as just a way to get inspiration and get creative. It's not a rule book. So just a little insert there. And I love how all of these trends really stack on top of each other, creating that overall feel of just enjoying your home. Different ways you can thrift this trend is adding a bold color chair or pillow covers that are just a little bit more moody and rich and deep in color. You can add different art pieces, decorative objects that are rich in color. Again, you can just get something that you love the shape at the thrift store and then paint it to whatever color you're inspired by. You can change the matting in thrifted frames, again, just by painting them. I mean, so many different ways that you can thrift this trend and really create such a curated home on such a small budget. The next trend that I love for 2025 is warm woods. I love a good warm wood. I think that it just creates cozy, lived-in feel that you just can't get with light woods. And don't get me wrong, I do love to mix and match different wood tones. I think that there is a place for all of it, but that kind of mid-tone warm wood is just something that can't be beat. And the thrift store is filled with warm woods because the trends seem to be circling back. So people that have thrifted their warmer wood pieces, now those pieces are back in style. Furniture, frames, and if you don't love kind of the orange undertone of a lot of these older pieces, I did a thrift flip on a table. I will link that video down below. A really easy way to kind of tone down that orange without stripping it to the raw wood. So check out that video if you find a piece and you want to kind of tone down orange. But warm woods in frames, in furniture pieces, also in the kitchen, which I recently did a video on that where I transformed my island to this rich wood color that we have been enjoying so much. So a few different ways you can bring this trend in with both thrifting and DIY. And the last trend that I love for 2025 that I feel is the easiest to thrift is the vintage inspired trend. You can find so many really beautiful vintage pieces at the thrift store. And my favorite way is to mix kind of old and new. I love that old charm that you find in vintage pieces, but I also do enjoy kind of more modern pieces, and I enjoy kind of mixing and matching. And when it comes to thrifting vintage pieces, there are so many different things you could do. You could thrift a beautiful dish set that you enjoy with your family and create beautiful tablescapes with. One of my favorite things is vintage servingware. I love finding old wooden spoons and rolling pins, again, just to create that old charm in my home and in my kitchen. Copper pieces are so beautiful, and they have so many at the thrift store. Cutting boards, frames, of course, furniture pieces. Recently, I started a record collection, so I've been enjoying thrifting records. I love thrifting old books to use in coffee table styling. I mean, so many different ways you can add this beautiful trend in your home, and you can do it in a way that is very simple and understated, just touches of vintage inspiration, or you can create a beautiful kind of more eclectic vintage home. It really doesn't have to be all or nothing. And again, just looking at these trends as a way of just gathering inspiration to help you create a home that you love. Those are my favorite trends for 2025 and how I think you can thrift them. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you inspiration and a burst of creativity. Over anything else, please remember that trends are just trends. And the most important thing is that we love our homes. They make us feel safe and inspired and just bring out those beautiful moments in our everyday life. Thank you for spending this time with me. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Like I said, I'm so excited for this year. I have so many ideas, and I hope to just pour so much inspiration. And more importantly, I hope you always leave this channel feeling like you've hung out with a friend, we've spent some time, whether it's thrifting or decorating. Thank you again. I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye, everyone.